Welcome to Record Exchange Podcast number 4. Keller, introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? My name is Keller Cox, and excited to be here. It's gonna be a fun time.
Excited to have you, dude.
I hope so.
It wasn't much of an intro.
That was perfect.
That's all you need.
Ideal.
3 chords in the truth, baby. All right, so quick rundown for our listeners at home. We got our listener. We got
everyone sitting by the fire at home, gathering
on
the
live
children.
stream.
Yeah.
We got you're country musician, soon to be former student, former Yell leader.
Yes.
Do you have any other hidden talents you'd like us to know about?
No, that's it.
That's about it.
Soon to be married.
Soon to be okay. Tell us about that.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're actually
So-
the second person to be on the podcast with in an engagement, in the midst of an
Yes,
engagement,
in the midst of engagement, in the in-between.
in the in between.
So I got engaged to my now fiance. Her name is Sarah Duncan, and we met here at A&M, and we got engaged in October. We're getting married in June. So
June what?
June 18th.
Oh, my birthday's the 21st. Still
No way,
cool though.
close.
You should
So-
move it to Chris's
you
birthday.
should definitely
Yes.
change everything about your plan to accommodate my birthday for your wedding.
Oh yeah, you want that?
No, the open.
Oh, you
Oh,
twist
twist.
it. Twist
Oh.
it. Yeah.
there
And
we
pretty much
go.
any
See,
Texas
this
beer.
is
sure.
my first time.
Yeah, dude, dive in.
This your
There
first
we go.
Lone Star?
I'll still
Yeah,
top
first
up.
time ever
Have
having
you-
a beer.
Oh, nice. There it is. Yeah.
Totally
On
taking it
camera.
back,
Welcome
dude.
to the Truman Show.
Have you seen?
What does it taste like?
Like cold bland cereal.
Yeah, that's about Lone
It
Star.
still
for you.
warms all
Yeah.
the all of the nooks and crannies.
No, but yes.
If I were from Houston, I probably also wouldn't have gotten into beer very much.
That seems oddly
My
personal.
dad told me that, well, he's not a beer drinker. He's like, it's piss water.
Oh,
That's not
what he's like.
inaccurate.
But I like beer now.
There we go.
hell yeah.
There was a point where I was like, I don't like beer. And then you start drinking and you like beer.
There's
Yeah,
a
then they get you
strange-
hooked.
Yeah, well, that's how they get you with the extras. There's a bit of an off-putting Heineken commercial that's making the rounds right now. I don't know if you've seen
Is it the 0-0?
Yes.
Oh, I
but
hate
it's
it.
where it's like, oh, if you weren't drinking beer before, you couldn't take part in the cheers. And it's like I was like, dude, I get you. Like, I
Okay.
don't care what you're drinking. Like, am I the only one? Like, is it bad luck?
It was kind of awkward. I know exactly what you're talking
Is
about.
it considered taboo to like cheers with non-alcoholic?
I just
Okay.
felt like it was such a weird kind of like condolence prize. Like here, buddy. Yeah, you can hang out with us. Drink your little fake beer.
Do y'all know the story behind the cheers?
Behind the
someone,
cheers.
yes, like the cheers.
like
itself.
the act of
The
it.
act of
I'm
cheers.
assuming it was like
Someone told
German.
me the other day.
Prost.
I'm not sure if this is true, so you have to fact check me. I have not Googled it yet.
Okay, Micah, can
But-
you get on Google on this, please?
Yeah.
Fact check
Jamie.
this. The reason they made cheers is because back in the day, they would actually hit it so hard, their wine together, that they would make sure if they actually, the other person, if you bought into cheersing and our wine spilled into each other, it would show that you actually didn't poison my wine and we could drink.
That's
Oh, I'm
very
into
similar
that.
to a
Is that
story.
true?
That, yeah.
Can we fact
Google
check?
that. That's very similar to a story I heard
Emily
about
behind the camera.
And
why
if-
people shake
Are you
hands.
Googling?
Have y'all heard this one?
To know that you don't have poop on your hands?
No. So this is actually hilarious to me. Back in medieval times when they had castles and dragons and whatnot, they would shake their right hand because that's your sword hand, and if you shook your right hand, it would show that you did not have a sword in it. Which is kind of, I feel like in most situations, before the point at which you were shaking hands, I would know whether or not you were holding a sword.
Don't be alarmed with my left hand shake here.
Yeah.
Just keep your eyes focused on my left hand. The that was probably too sharp there. I know in India that you shake hands with the left hand because you wipe with your right.
Is that true?
I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
I don't
I
know.
might have my hands confused, but like I don't know if that's still practiced today. But that's definitely. They also hold hands on the street, like walking around, to show like I'm with this person and we are friendly.
That's more. I mean, that's American
It's just
too.
like
It's,
just
like
like
platonically.
men, like
This
chill.
just in. It's true.
That's
Valid?
true.
Nice.
Point
Okay.
one for Keller.
Hey.
Cheers.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
the
fine.
technology has shifted a little bit, but I'll pour some in there if you'd like. Sure.
I'm not too sure.
Dude, that's excellent.
So Keller, tell us about kind of your journey getting here and starting to play music.
Yeah, was the traffic bad? That's it for me, everybody.
You beat me to it. I was going to say, well, I turned left on Texas, and then I turned.
Yeah. Golly, we are on
Journey getting to
we're on
here
2 or 3
as far as like,
this is great.
As far as music goes.
Yeah.
Golly.
Or really, whatever.
Or just like
I'm sure you got lots of stories.
Notes.
I'm interested in Yell Leader Journey.
Okay.
I've never met a Yell Leader.
Should we
You have
do
to explain
Yell Leader
what
first?
a Yell Leader
Let's
is
do
to Chris.
music and then we'll pause and then
That
we'll
works
go
for me. Hey.
Cliff notes.
Your
I
show.
learned my first chords in like the 8th grade on the guitar, and then started leading worship in high school, and that's kind of how I got comfortable in front of people.
I played in the chapel band.
Yep.
That's
So
dope way to
played,
start.
and then I led for church as well, and then for the summer camp in Arkansas. It's called Brook Hill Ranch. And
We're in Arkansas.
Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Oh, nice.
So a lot of experience leading up to, I guess, where I'm at now, but grew up listening to country music and like 90s country. So
Yeah, define country music.
That-
Tim McGraw, Alan Jackson,
Okay.
Toby Keith,
Dude,
Kenny Chesney.
Okay, so kind of a radio guy.
I guess so, because we would literally, I tell people the story, like I remember like we would drive to church and we'd listen to like KSBJ, but on the way home we'd listen, which is like
That's
the
good.
Christian, but on the way
You
home
get in the mindset for
we
church.
would listen to like
And then the rest
what
of the
was
day.
I grew up in Houston, so it was New 93Q
Nice.
and 100.3 KLT. Those are the two country.
Houston.
And then
you were
so-
knocking Houston.
I know what you're talking about.
No joke, I did not know what Texas country music was until I got to College Station.
There you go.
So full circle. Now we're in college.
Now we're in college.
20 years of life we just raced through.
Yeah.
So now in college, find out what Texas country music is. I heard first song I ever heard was by this band called Flatland Cavalry.
Yeah, right on.
It was Traveler's Song. I'm a freshman in the corps, shaved hair, locked up in attention, and this upperclassman was like, "Hey, you need to listen to this." Fish Cox. That was our name. You don't have a first name. You're just called
Cox.
Fish.
Kids can be cruel.
Fish Cox. First name,
They
last name.
were frogs.
Yeah, so that was my name, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Listen to this," and I listened to it, and I was like, "This is so cool," because it was country music, but it was more of a story than just your, radio Nashville.
It's not a pop song. Yeah.
Well, it was super cool, and anyways, it was then sophomore year. I go out to be a yell leader.
Yes.
Which, how much of that do you want to know? It's a deep well.
The main thing that I'd like to touch on is that there's a maneuver that's similar to this. And I'm a big fan of that one.
That I don't know that.
There's
Maybe.
something. Do you know
Are you
what I'm
talking
doing?
about-
There's one with the guns where
There's
it's
no
like
guns.
there's
This
no
one?
guns.
Oh,
There's this one.
No, it's
this?
like it's. Is it like?
No.
All right, yeah,
you're
we
talking-
did explicit
Okay,
that.
it's
I did
not
explicitly say we
this,
were
sure,
not-
but
You're
that's
talking
what we
about-
do.
It's
There's like a
this one,
yeah, that one.
Yeah, no guns.
Oh, it's not guns.
This isn't a gun?
Oh,
No,
man, I
that's a-
definitely thought
I
it
don't know
was
what that
Okay.
is.
a little,
Wait.
little
But it's
grease
like where
action.
you go
you
like
know?
that, right?
Yeah, you're pulling it back. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's it's more of a pull.
But it's not. It's not a
Okay.
gun though.
Okay.
But
Well, my mistake.
yeah, we're not. From
I'm
Texas.
several rows up at
Tech.
this point. Yeah, several
But
rows up.
that was crazy. Like the whole process to go out when you. So I was in the Corps of Cadets. So they have their own process to like the Corps selects 5 people or to say, hey, we want these 5 people to run for yell leader.
Oh,
Oh, it's democratic. Yeah.
okay.
And so like you have to go through 2
Do you
weeks of
run for
events.
that? Or,
Yes,
like, you're
2 weeks of
nominated?
events, and then you stand up in front of your peers and you say, "Hey, I want to be a yell leader." Your peers vote you to be in that position, and then you sit in front of 30 leadership people in the Corps, like seniors, and they this like rigorous interview, like the most crazy interview ever. And then they're like, "Okay, you can like." They select the 5 people, and then you run in the spring against whoever. So like John, a regular student, could run to be a yell leader.
Oh, so it's not just
I
Corps,
might
it's
do
a
it.
yell leader.
Who knows?
What?
It's not just Corps.
No,
it's
there's
yell
been
leaders?
in the history. There's 330 something yell leaders. Oh, about 30 have been from not the Corps.
Non-regs.
Yeah, non-regs is how we
Dang.
would call.
So, but mostly
Mostly
it still
Corps,
seems pretty.
historically.
How long
okay
is
deal.
you were 5 for Yell guy, right?
Yes,
How long
yeah.
has that been instituted?
5 for Yell. The name wasn't coined like
What
since
word
the
are you
2000.
saying?
Oh yeah, so
But
the
Core
process
Block,
he's talking
it's called
about.
Core Block,
Core block. Okay.
and that's been a thing for a long time.
Right on.
Where the Corps picks 5 people.
Okay. Right on.
I know, mind blowing.
I'm
crazy.
absorbing
You-
everything.
you Missouri
5
person.
for y'all. What was the
5
word?
for Yell.
5 for Yell.
5 for yell.
Yeah.
Five
Oh, the
people
5.
for the Yell
Okay,
leaders.
I'm connecting.
But
There we go.
anyways, so That was crazy though. Being a Yell leader, my junior year of Yell, we did 300 events.
What?
Yeah, and it was a full-time job.
Oh, well, I mean, football, basketball, baseball. Or do you do
No
baseball?
Men's and women's basketball, soccer, volleyball, all the new student conferences, all the fish camps.
Oh, yeah.
All of
Fish
Aggie
camp.
Mothers clubs across Texas.
My personal favorites.
Aggie Mothers Clubs?
Aggie Moms.
Those are
I'm
huge.
sorry. Can
cannot-
we take a moment, sidebar, and just talk about the Aggie Moms out there?
The Aggie Moms, great ladies.
Big
What
shout
in
out
the
to them.
yeah, what?
Yeah.
Like graduated or mothers
No,
of current
specifically
Aggies?
mothers
No,
of.
basically
My mom's
like-
crazy about this stuff.
Like
No,
current
it's
Aggies.
like, yeah, they're like a support
their
system,
parents are,
basically.
yeah.
But only like once you graduate, she's not an Aggie mom anymore. Or once an Aggie mom, always an Aggie
I
mom.
think
know.
it's kind of
I don't
a-
want to say something wrong because if an Aggie mom listens to this,
Oh, I get.
I could
I
get
think
John's
it's
mom
kind of
will
a,
listen to
as far
this.
as I understand, it's kind of a self-identification.
We have one dedicated listener. It is John's mom.
That actually is genuinely true. Yeah.
She's on her commute right now.
She'll watch every minute. That's actually, yeah. She
Yeah,
probably
watch
will.
out for that bus.
but so music though, back to music.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
between sophomore year or sophomore and junior year during the summer, so I'm technically a Yell leader
Got it.
at the time. We got elected in February. We had to be here all summer long.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have to be here. We got to be here. It's our privilege to be here.
Wow.
Sorry, change that. Yes.
You would be a great politician. Yeah, you
So,
just turned
but
that right
anyways,
around.
I'm here, and my junior
Yeah.
Yell leader buddy, his name is Jacob Huffman.
Okay.
He would always, big Hurricane Harry's guy,
Ah,
and was like, hey, every
That's where it all
Thursday,
starts.
we're going to Harry's.
yes.
And he would invite me out,
got
and we
to.
weren't 21 yet, so you'd get there before 10:30. You'd get in free before 10:30.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it
you're
was-
buying your Cokes and your Sprites.
I guess so.
That's
But
the
anyways,
logic
we
there.
would go dancing every Thursday night during the summer. So I'm around music more.
Okay.
And I meet this girl. She's from California. She's she's an Aggie.
We're in California.
I can't tell you.
Oh man.
But basically,
Well, it's an
we
interesting
dance
tie-in,
every
potentially.
Thursday night for the whole summer.
Mm.
And I ended up writing a song about it. It's
Yeah.
called California Cowgirl.
You dog. Oh.
We listened to
Yeah.
that
No.
today.
Yeah.
Yes,
uh-huh,
so
I
that's
know
the
that one.
story behind the song.
Okay.
And it was my first real true song. I mean, I tried to write before, but that was like the first, like, hey, this is the first kind of, you know. And anyways, I was at a concert that summer. I hadn't even finished writing California Cowgirl. And favorite band, Flashback, Flatland Cavalry.
There it is.
They're there. And I get to meet the main singer after. Okay, his name's Cleto Cordero.
Dang.
What a name.
And we are
Lot of
talking,
Cs.
and he's talking about Yell. He was asking about Yell leaders and stuff. And I was asking about music because I was like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, like, you know, like how do you do songwriting, like this kind of thing. I was like, well, I wrote this song. And he's like, well, do you have it recorded? And I was like, no. I was like, I can play it for you. He's like, well, just sing it for me.
Oh.
You
No
didn't
guitar.
whip out your phone and
No
you're like,
guitar.
"Put down my demos
No, I didn't
here."
even have a demo. Nothing.
man,
I didn't
nice.
even. It was. I had a verse and a chorus, and I sang it for him a cappella.
Oh,
Right in front of
man.
him.
First
Were you
off,
sweating?
I was gonna say
And
nuts
he was
on the
like,
ground.
and
dude.
he was like, man, that's pretty good. He's like, that's better than Honey Wine. He's like,
That
you
one
need to
is.
keep writing, which is one of their songs.
Okay, I thought you just that's like the most southern thing to say. Like if he was just talking about wine.
Oh, just in
No, no,
general.
no.
Oh, son, that's better than honey wine.
That's sweeter than honey wine.
But no joke,
That's good.
for me, that was like this moment where I was like,
Oh,
well,
sure.
dude, if the person that I look up to
Click.
was like, that's pretty good, like, then, and he encouraged me to keep writing. So then, boom, flash forward, I write all through the fall, all through the spring, COVID happens.
Boom.
Well, for me, though, as a Yell leader, all of our events were just canceled. And so I had all this time. So I reach out to this producer. Someone told me, hey, if you want to get stuff recorded, find someone you like of their music and see who produced them. So Flatland, this guy named Parker McCullum I like.
Oh yeah.
And so his producer's named Corby Shop. So I just wrote him an email right when COVID had shut down everything. He's like, send me some of your stuff. And then, boom, he was like, let's do it. I'll record 5 songs. And then the rest is history. So
Dang,
love
went through, had Yell year, COVID, which was just crazy, but still was great. And then released song after song, and then went back in the studio spring of 2021 and recorded 10 more songs, and those are now just all releasing. So
Yeah.
flash
I don't know.
forward, that is how everything happened
Killer.
in a
Dude.
nutshell. So
At the time of this recording, so you said it's coming out in March.
Yes, some of it's already out. Side A is out.
Right on.
And now we're releasing side B.
Okay, what was the thought process behind having a side A and a side B? Because normally, like on if you think about like singles,
classic.
like the side A is like the prime material, and then side B is kind of like the leftovers.
Now is the time we need to bring out the records. Can we bring out the
Okay,
records?
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
This is part of my
This is
my.
it.
Those
I
It's a
picked it
great segue.
strategically.
nice.
Yeah, deal.
So, part of side A and side B before I take the record out
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
that
Yes.
one,
Fernando.
Yours
thank
might be on
you.
top. That's right. I said yours might be on
I know.
top.
Are we
Heads up.
gonna have to do a reveal of both?
I mean,
Let's just
we
go.
might as
Let's
well.
go
Let's just
ahead.
go for it.
Get in
let's
there.
Let's just
go for it.
get right into
Okay,
it.
this is
Yeah,
yours.
that's ours on
Okay,
bottom.
I'll pull
So
mine
that's
first.
yours.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, ever heard of Camp?
Oh.
Okay,
I
yeah,
have,
with
yes.
2 A's I
Okay,
have.
so
Dang.
I love Camp. Okay, they're
Nice.
folk Ohio band.
Yeah. Right on.
And this is one of my favorite albums by them.
Wow.
It's called Boys. Side A, Side B. The first time I'd ever seen someone do it. So on Spotify, if you look, they don't have it as one continuous project. It's Side A and Side B
On Spotify.
on Spotify.
Okay.
And so when I was thinking, making it by is Side A and Side B. I picked it because I liked the way they did their project. But also, that's one part of it. Second part of it is that these days when you release music, people are so like short-term gratification. Like if you release 10 songs, it would be almost foolish unless you were like the biggest artist out there. Like you're Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, she can release 20 songs and they'll all be listened to.
I harp on this a lot because I
But-
don't like the single culture.
But
Go ahead.
okay, but yes, you kind of have to buy into it though. If you're an artist trying to make a name for
I'll
yourself.
give you that.
So the way I thought to buy into it was, hey, I'll release side A and side B, and 2 singles off each side. So then I can release a single, and then have 3 songs come out with side A, a single, and 3 songs come out with side B.
Dang.
So that was the way I decided it, and it's so cool because you said your best songs are on side A usually. Is that what you said? I didn't even know. that was a
Yeah.
thing.
Well, just traditionally, when they would release like 7 inches,
Okay.
they would have like for a single, it would be like the single you want to be like a radio hit would be on side A, and then like side B would be like a leftover song you wanted to release alongside of it. Like there are some famous side B. Like, do you know any famous side B?
Penny Lane.
Penny Lane by the
One of
Beatles.
most
Was
famous
a side B.
B-sides
Dude,
of all time.
We need to go. I'll have a Beatles conversation here in a second.
Oh, don't worry.
I want to circle back to Harry's because there's so many nuances about Harry's that fascinate me, but we'll
Okay,
keep
we
going.
can talk all about Harry's too. We're just gonna keep talking.
Deal.
Um,
Quick interjection. It says all songs written and performed by Camp, which makes me think Hey Joe is not the Jimi Hendrix like Hey Joe. It's their own Hey Joe.
I guess so. I don't know.
Fascinating. I can't
What's your
wait to hear
favorite
this.
song from that? Do you know those songs? Here,
No.
let's pull it out.
Go.
I don't know. There's some good songs in here. I think my favorite is Going to the Country. That is like a great. One day I want to have a documentary.
Go on.
And if I'm ever hopping in my truck, driving off, that song will be playing.
Yeah.
Books, great song.
Okay.
Books is a great song. Send the Fisherman's a great song. This is a great song for like someone who's like struggling with depression. That'd be
Okay.
like a great
I know
song. Dude, these are all just jams.
Can't wait, dude.
These are all.
I remember when
can't
you
wait.
sent me that. So I sent you an email originally, and I remember you were like, you sent me an email at like I think it was like 10, probably 45 in the
At
morning.
night?
In the morning,
Oh,
and he
God,
was like,
right.
yeah, thank you for the information. Like, I'll look into it. It might take me a little while to figure out a record. And then 5 minutes later, he was like, just kidding, I found one. Looking
And it's
forward
ordered.
to it.
Yeah.
He ordered it
Well, it
online.
didn't take me long because it's like, okay, we'll talk about the new album. And I was like, well, they're the inspiration behind like the way I did it, and I love their music.
you go.
They're great songwriters.
Yeah, dude.
Cool people.
Super good. Did you
If I
have
could
any...
ever meet a non-country artist, it'd be Camp.
You can.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to a concert in February. It's gonna be fun.
There you
Did
go.
you have any kind of direction in how you organize the songs? Like, did you have a vibe for side A and a vibe for side
Yes,
B?
this is the coolest thing. I'm so excited to talk
Okay.
about this.
Hell yeah, dude.
Right.
I
Get
feel
after
like
it.
as an artist, the hardest thing is not writing the songs. It's how do I wrap this up and present it to the listener.
Marketing.
And so it took me so long to figure out. Like and I had this note, and sometimes I would even do it in class. Like I'd write them, like like just trying to
Get the
figure out.
buzz, yeah.
But basically, side A was written actually all in my junior year, and side B was the 5 songs written in my senior year. And they're mostly in order. So if we pull out Spotify, side A is out right now. I couldn't even tell you, but it tells a story of how all of that happened, or either when they were written. So if you really want a true experience of listening, listen all the way through side A and side B, and it's actually kind of like the story of like they were written. The batch A was written earlier than the batch of B.
Interesting.
Okay,
So
it's
it is a very,
chronological.
and it's crazy. Even the artwork. If you look at the single artwork, every single is exactly. I'm pictured in mostly like what I was wearing at the moment it was written, and what I was doing at the moment it was written.
You have a lot of these like retro style, kind of like front porch sitting, like.
Yeah, well, if you have spot, I don't have my phone on me, but we should pull up. I can tell you the backstories.
I feel like I've definitely seen your.
Yeah, if you just go to the gram.
It's just pictures of you.
There you go.
Yeah.
John, why don't you champion
Are you
this
familiar at
effort
all with Robert Earl Keane?
Never heard of him.
Are you for real?
I'm just kidding, dude.
Okay.
He's amazing. Are you
first?
kidding?
Golly, dude.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, wow. That would have thrown me for a loop.
John, your brain is as smooth as this countertop.
You're telling me. Dragging my knuckles across the floor. Yeah, tell us about it.
Scraping left and right.
Okay. So let's see if we can. Oh, this is crazy.
We can probably throw it up in post.
It's so Sticks and Stones is the
I've
first
heard
single.
that they might break bones.
Yes, and words never hurt you. It was written on the back of my truck, just as pictured.
Oh,
So
nice.
just like that, with that guitar. That's a white, like it's
What kind of truck do you have?
a 2002 Chevy
There you
Silverado.
go.
It's my
There you
dad's.
go.
Made
My
to
dad
last,
bought it
baby.
brand new in 02. 0 miles on it. Now it has
See-
350,000 miles
And
on
it's
it.
still going?
And it's there every time we cross our fingers and we check the oil. And but anyways, so written on a truck. Next single was 2 Blocks Away. Written while I was FaceTiming, or written
A girl that
about
was
Sarah,
blocks
my
away.
fiance now. We would always FaceTime. We had to live through FaceTime, and so
Pandemic style.
yep.
Oh, yeah, I had
Not
a
even
question
pandemic,
about that
busyness style of Yell Leader, the 300 events.
Oh,
She
damn.
lived 2 blocks down the road, and we had to live through FaceTime basically.
Golly.
It's crazy. Strange Times, written on a front porch during COVID. Exact front porch. This house is on Hollick Street over behind the
The
middle
Mr.
school.
Hamburger?
Well, it's Anderson and Hollick Street. Anderson,
Oh, you're talking the.
Yeah.
So there are 2 Hollocks. The one with the C or the one without the C?
one without the C.
Deal.
Holik.
Yeah.
Anyways, we lived in that house as Yell Leaders.
Just a little
And then the new one
College Station
is.
inside scoop.
But anyways, each single has a story, and then each side. Side A is me walking into my junior year with a fresh haircut, and side B, I actually took side B before side A, and I have long hair in side B, walking out of the house. So
Yeah,
just
it's
very
pretty good.
interesting.
Yeah.
Like you can look at little bitty bits and pieces.
Dude, you can tell you put thought into that. That's excellent.
Well, it's so hard. It's like how do I?
But it doesn't look like it was laborious. You know what I mean?
What do
It's
you mean? Like the
Well, it
process?
doesn't look like you spend hours like configuring and honing and all these
I
things.
know.
Like it
I
looks
can't
very
wait.
natural.
I can't wait to like post an
Yeah.
Instagram like post about it and just tell people the story behind each.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, it
There are a
was-
lot of times where people, I think, like overproduce and it's obvious, and you're just like you've done too much, and you like, yeah, you spent all this time thinking about it, but.
But I think it was the
very
simplicity of
natural.
it's just
Oh,
how
yeah.
it was written.
For sure.
So it's not like this grandiose idea. It's just how it happened. So it's. I think it'll always be the most special record I've ever put out.
I like that.
It's my first LP, first full album,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like it's me. Like there's nothing. It's unashamedly Keller Cox.
If you had to call it something that wasn't like if you had to put them together and tie a bow on it and name that, like side A plus side B, and call it something, you know what it would be?
it would just be called "Making It By," I think, like the title track.
Call it what?
"Making It By."
Making It By.
Which is the Making It By side A and side B. So I just called the whole thing "Making It By."
Yeah, right
I was
on.
almost going to call it Chapter 1, and then someone talked me out of having the Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4.
Okay, yeah.
But
I can see that.
yeah.
I get discouraged
What
by
else
those
is it?
because like I feel like when every chapter, so to speak, is like so different than the last, it feels weird to make it a theme. I don't know.
But thanks for asking. I love telling the story behind it.
We love hearing it.
Absolutely.
The whole point.
That was killer.
That's why we're
It is,
here.
yeah, it is.
That was killer.
I know we had a little intro. Okay, do we get to see what record?
Oh please.
Oh yeah, let's go to ours now.
Okay.
Boom.
Come
I don't know if you're
on,
familiar.
dude. Yes.
Do you know Merle Haggard?
I've never heard it. I'm just kidding.
Shut up.
This guy, dude.
Dude, heck yeah.
So, fun fact, I don't know where your fiance is from, but Merle Haggard is from Oildale, which is right outside Bakersfield.
This blew my mind
California.
because
which I did not plan.
I cannot
obviously.
wait.
But
So
yeah.
my fiance, I
Yeah.
do not have a record player. She does.
There you go.
Which is what is hers is mine. What is mine is hers.
Yes.
Combined forces.
So
Two
I'm gonna be
become
there. I'm
one.
gonna be there this weekend.
There we go.
So this will be played
Bust
this
it out.
weekend.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm so pumped. Ramblin' Fever, Silver Wings. This is great.
I was thrown for a loop because Chris told me he was from California. I had no idea. I was certain he
Merle
was
Haggard's
from
California.
Yeah.
He's from Bakersfield, yeah. Well, outside Bakersfield.
He's got a song
Oildale.
called Okie from Muskogee.
Yeah.
And he's from Oildale. That
Oildale,
blew me
which
away.
is a suburb. If Bakersfield has suburbs, it's a suburb of
Just
Bakersfield.
goes to show,
which
man.
is just
Dude.
it's
You
an
can't trust
oil
the
town
system.
inland.
So why'd
yeah.
you pick this record?
So, I mean, Merle Haggard. When we went into it, we were like, well, we need to do country. Like
I
my
know.
inclination is never like country. That's just me.
Right.
But I'm fascinated by
Which
all
is interesting
walks
that I gave a non-country.
exactly. See,
So-
this is great.
Yeah.
So we went in there and we were like, okay, so like live in Austin, just like ACL, like
Dude, this
is a
It's a staple for sure.
It's a staple, but it's like a benchmark of any like great artist, right?
Right.
It's like to play ACL to get after it. So it's aspiration and whatnot. But Merle Haggard is classic. Why? I mean, in all honesty, I was looking for Ray Wylie Hubbard.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
didn't
State-
have any
State
of him.
Farm.
I know him from his collaboration efforts with Jerry Jeff Walker,
Mm-hmm.
which is like the extent of my country music knowledge. Jerry Jeff Walker and Greg Gonzalez.
Oh yeah.
But Merle Haggard is a classic, and so my girlfriend did an internship in Bakersfield, and there's the main drag on like that leads out to the airport is Merle Haggard Boulevard, which is like
Man,
how I knew that.
That means you made it, right? When you have a street named
no
after
joke.
you.
So, and the other thing was when we went out there, she was so excited to be in California, and the first thing that we see when we like get off the highway and enter Bakersfield is it said Second Amendment Sports mattress and gun store, and I was like, is this California? She's like, I think we found College Station, California, and it's like just inland enough, and it's all oil and gas, like because it's all oil fields in Bakersfield and Oildale. So it's an interesting little slice.
Okay, yeah. So Merle Haggard, in my opinion, when you get to this kind of like Austin brand of country, there are two schools of thought, right? So you have kind of your Willie Nelson, like the pot smoking, long haired hippies, and then you have Merle Haggard, who like directly talks about kind of being more of a blue collar, straightforward kind of a country man. You know what I'm talking about? Do you get that at all? Mm-hmm. And that you kind of come across more on that side.
Dude, this is gonna be great.
Sure.
I didn't know what songs I'm gonna play today. Like I didn't know what songs at the end of this I'm gonna play, and now I do.
No,
Which is
Hell
great.
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So
Take 'em as
one
they
of them
come.
was written. It's brand new, not recorded. Written in Austin. It's not
There you
called
go.
the Working Man Blues, but it's called the Thursday Blues,
Well, there you go.
and
What's
it's
wrong
about
with
working.
Thursdays?
So I'll tell you all about
Oh,
it later.
dude, yeah. I was
But
gonna
that
say
is great,
there's a
dude.
song about it, John. Golly.
Oh, this is gonna be so fun.
Yeah.
Well, dude, thanks. Yeah, this is so
Absolutely,
cool.
dude.
I do see the distinction there, though, of both. I will say this though, I am related to Willie Nelson
Is that true?
Go on.
by marriage and divorce. No joke. You ready for this?
Okay,
My
go.
grandpa went to high school with Willie Nelson, and his sister, Willie Nelson's sister, married like one of my grandpa's uncles. No joke.
His sister plays with him, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Maybe so.
Yeah, but Willie Nelson's sister was my grandpa's music teacher. So
That's so
yes.
sick.
That's
So-
excellent.
The rumor is we're related to him by marriage and divorce. Not sure if that's true.
I'd claim it. I
Uh,
could.
But I mean,
yeah,
why
no,
not?
who's gonna?
So how dare you insult my
yeah, no one's fact checking.
great
No, I'm on
twice
the Willie
removed,
Nelson
second
side.
Insult?
half
No, yeah,
step.
no. Much
Uncle and a
respect
half
and
with
appreciation.
the-
Willie Nelson.
Yeah. Anyways, but no. So when my
great.
grandpa when my dad was growing up, they went to a Willie concert and they went to his bus, and my grandpa was like, "Hey, can Willie? We're here to see Willie." And the guy was like, "Oh, he's not taking guests tonight." And my grandpa was like, "Well, tell him Bob Cox from Abbott, Texas is here." And Willie heard it and he whipped his head around the door, whatever. And was like, "Bob, what are you doing here? Get
Bob,
up in here!"
You're kidding me.
Yeah, no joke. So that's my
awesome.
Willie Nelson story. But Dude,
Wait, can I use that? Can I claim I'm Bob Cox?
I'm also
from
going
Abbott,
to use
Dude,
that
I don't know.
story.
Yeah.
Maybe you can meet Willie Nelson. He's still trucking. So
I'm just going to do that when I go to a restaurant without reservations. I'm Bob Cox,
Bob Cox
from Abbott, Texas.
Texas.
Dude,
And
my
I've
grandpa,
got 3
he
with
is-
me. So there you go. Boom.
Do you feel like
That's great.
Do you feel like being in Austin helped or hindered you in kind of moving forward with music? Because like I want to hit Austin is okay, yeah,
Totally.
Yeah,
and
I
not
know.
even being in Austin, because I feel like I didn't even experience Austin, because it was, I would wake up at 6, be to work by 7, and then work all day, and then go home and go to sleep. So, and
Dang.
on the weekends, I'd go see Sarah or play a show. So, didn't really do the Austin thing, but being like working for 6 months on a job site and being like literally just like manual labor, like from picking up water bottles, hammering nails with like the guys who were more just carpenters, and then sending emails, writing emails, and doing the working thing. I feel like it was a very like critical part of just my life. Like if I wouldn't have had that, I would have never known like being there was like, I like construction, but it was so like the longing to do music was so great. So that 6 months was like getting through that, and now being able to almost do it full time, like music, like it was so worth it to see like
The other side.
this is what I want to do. I know for a fact I want to do music. There's no doubt about it.
I feel like that experience is like I mean that's country as hell, you know?
Valid.
Like having to work and just wanting to go play music, grab a
Dude.
beer.
It's similar.
No.
I worked at.
You're so right there.
Yeah.
You're so right.
I worked at Williams-Sonoma for like 3 weeks in Houston,
You
and I was
fucking
like,
did it.
I am not like, I need to work my whatever I need to do in life to make sure that I don't work retail. Like,
Well, I feel like
it's
you
similar.
need to have that moment
like-
to
yeah.
know that it's not what you're supposed to do.
And
I once
to
worked at a
motivate
coffee
you in a
shop and it
different-
was
yeah.
Oh, dude, are you talking about that carport one or whatever?
God, don't even say that name.
Who's
That
the-
one
who
is
is-
run
who
by
is
a
Ruling hours.
big
Yeah.
jerk with a
That guy
with
who
a
didn't even, he
dictator
wasn't even an
boss.
Aggie, right?
No, he was from Houston. Went to Mizzou.
Mizzou's
Yeah, I'm
actually
gonna-
pretty
I'm gonna
cool.
leave- this is where I
MIC. I heard it. By the way, COU
Oh my
from
gosh.
the crowd. I love it.
Dude, this is a good little conversation we got going
Dude, we
here. I feel
almost
like-
beat Auburn last night at basketball. Just saying, whatever, no big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's true.
no, we're killing it. Vibes through the roof, immaculate.
Dang.
Oh man, no, that was yeah, no, 3 weeks at
Williams-Sonoma.
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 Can
That'll
you give
do
me a
it to you.
discount still?
I was,
Because I'm about to get married. I need a lot of Williams-Sonoma stuff.
No,
So
in fact, I was told when I quit that like they would not be able to refer me to any Williams-Sonoma in the country, and I was like, "You promise?" Like, sweet. Later.
What was the situation there?
I was a runner, so I was the guy in the back with the walkie-talkie. So when someone on the floor was like, "Man, I need a Le Creuset, like this thing, and Aquavelva, like whatever color, Aquavelva's aftershave, whatever." So I'm like going back there looking. I'm like, "Okay, I got it," and I like lug the box down there. I'm like, "Here you go." I'm like, "Sweet," and they get the commission. I'm like, "This is garbage. I did all the heavy lifting." But in any case, I understand they're making the sale. Point is, I was like, this is not for me. And I was like, I've got other aspirations and things. That's the only likeness to that story, other than me just senselessly interjecting my Williams-Sonoma anecdote.
okay, I'm gonna turn this around. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Go. Yes.
We love getting asked questions.
Why the Record Exchange podcast?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah, John,
Yeah,
why?
why?
Why don't you champion
Like
this effort?
why like go for it?
Why go for it?
I have my answer, but-
So I like talking to people, and I like going to live. It's really kind of a selfish thing because I've roped 3 or 4 or 5 people into
How dare you?
helping me
No,
out.
literally, he lassos them.
I do lasso people hog tie.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at my talents.
He can't do it
with a
horseback.
lasso.
He can't do it horseback, but he's got to keep moving. So he whips on the rollerblades.
That
and
is
it's
super
something
true.
to
Some
see.
rollerblades here and there, hoverboard.
When he
even.
put in the summer, he gets the cutoffs. Man, it's something to see when he's
cut-off
lassoing.
jeans?
Dude, he's got the cutoff jeans and the rollerblades, and he's lassoing up and down University. It's something to see.
There you have it.
let me
That's
tell
why I
you.
started the podcast.
That's it.
But no,
I'll have
I
another
think
beer on that
one of my
There you
major
go. Oh, my man.
one of my major motivations was
Please.
I feel like we have kind of a slowly growing / shifting music scene in College Station, and there's not much of a forum for it, I guess. There's kind of like small pockets of people talking about like bands they like, and then there's always going to be dudes playing country songs at Harry's and bars on the
screw
weekends.
those guys,
Yeah,
dude.
screw those guys.
But Harry's, what a
Country,
fascinating
country
place.
music.
Yeah.
But we don't really have a scene. You know, there was actually I'll tell you what the original motivation for it was there was a guy who started a magazine called Rambler Magazine, and it was kind of a his name's Jack Renault, and he kind of had like a skater vibe, and so it wasn't exactly my thing, but
Because he's a rollerblader.
because I'm a rollerblader, but
Not so much on the skateboard.
But he had some sick articles. He would eventually got up and started talking to like legit artists would come out and like do interviews. And so I was like, well, dang, like if it's out there, like most people will take the exposure, right? And so I reached out to him a couple times, and I wanted to start a podcast for the Rambler magazine, but it ended up falling through. And I was like, well, shoot, like we got somewhere to record, and I can reach out to people on my own. And so here we are. It's been about 4 episodes now, I think.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's so cool.
It's a lot of fun. I think,
fun.
to be honest, the records thing was kind of, I figured, like, if nothing else, like, if we sat down here and we had nothing to talk about, we could just whip out a record and, like, shoot the shit over that. And that usually works out pretty well. But honestly, we haven't run into that at all.
No, it's been
Chris doesn't know how not to talk, so.
That is true, and that is how he got me involved. It's like I feel like you could fill dead air. It's like I can fill dead air.
100%.
There's no doubt about
I
that.
think it's great, dude. I think y'all got some good thing going here.
Man, it's awkward at the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. I just went first time, personal story that I'm interjecting yet again. First time going like with a serious girlfriend to like the holidays with the family. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know.
They are not like talkers, but like not in a negative way. They're just like super chill with the silence. And I'm just sitting there like at dinner. I'm just like, it's dead air. And she's like, it's okay. Like, just let it be. I'm like, it's dead air. It's like,
That would ruin me.
I can say something if someone like can bring something up. And it's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, okay, whatever. Dead air.
So should we just sit here in silence for a second on that note?
See, I'm
gonna
wildly
explode,
uncomfortable
Veins
already.
popping out of his neck.
But see, that's good because it's like I feel like I can learn to listen and be more comfortable with silence. And like, I don't think she needs to learn to talk more. I think I just need to learn to shut the hell up sometimes. So yeah, no, I think it's good.
So do you feel like, having been previously in kind of the public eye in College Station, how do you think that's affected you as far as doing music?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I thought so as well. Nice, John.
Well, I think you could be in the public eye for different reasons.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
the reason I was in the
Yeah.
public eye, it's been very good. And you could be in the public eye for something you did wrong, which would be bad.
Chris went streaking one time. That
Really?
did a lot
well,
for
not
him.
one time.
And
I got caught one time.
Were you wearing rollerblades?
No,
That was all he was
actually, that
wearing.
was the mistake.
Yeah, you could have been faster.
Full disclosure, I actually did streak in high school once. It was a rite of passage. There's a Whataburger right by our high school where it was like there was an entrance and an exit, so most Whataburgers have
gosh,
it, where
yes,
it's
I
like
know
there's
what
the
you're
door
saying.
on both sides.
yeah.
And you
it's
went
the thing.
through the Whataburger.
Well, yeah, but it's like everybody at some point did, and it's like 2 a.m. No one is in there.
Except the workers.
Sure.
Poor soul who's
So
at
it's
the
like,
counter.
we're
Sure?
yeah. Well, I mean, you've got people on both sides, and it's a coordinated effort, and everyone at some point it was just like boom, and you just like bolt right through.
Who would want to work at that Whataburger?
Streaking is in my family, though. Like, it's in my blood. My grandfather streaked. This is also a true story. You're not going to believe me, but this is a true story. My dad was in college. He went to Tech. He was a Red Raider.
Oh
There are
my
the guns. He went there. He graduated. He was there 65 to 68. What a time to be in college. And he brought a friend home like for the weekend, and they were in Tyler, Texas. And streaking was like a cultural thing in the 60s. Like, it really was. You can look it up. Like, it was a thing that people did. And his dad, my grandfather, after dinner, just like from the bedroom, like around to the front room, and then he went back through the backyard. Just was like, you just hear this like from the distance, just. it's just him running from the back through the house, and it's like, well, that's Randall Dexter Klein Sr.
There you go.
in all of his glory.
Wow.
There you go. So streaking.
So that's
has
why we
kind of
started the
been
Record
family.
Exchange podcast. In
Yes.
the first
In
place.
short.
That is how we did it.
So you hang out for about another 30, 45 minutes.
And that concludes the show.
So
ladies and
yes,
gentlemen.
so sorry. You were saying there's different reasons you can be in the public eye.
Yes.
Yes. but
Positive,
no,
negative
okay.
publicity.
Long story, jeez.
All of the above.
Rabbit hole, dude. That was crazy. That was a good segment.
Dude,
of the
I'm
podcast.
like a
Slam
puppy
buried
just
down
out
the
here
Klein
just
hole.
No,
digging.
I think the biggest thing is as a Yell leader, you are the face of Texas A&M University.
I've heard that.
Everything you say is you have like what they taught us is everything you say is A&M speaking. So what image are you putting out when you're on Northgate? You're noticed. Like there's no way someone doesn't notice you as a Yell leader. And so everything you're doing, even at Harris, everything you're doing is someone's watching you. And so it automatically calls you to a higher standard.
Wow.
But then two, as a Yell leader, when someone wants to take, like people want to take pictures with you. And one of our things was that you're not, like, you don't say no.
You are recognized.
Like, yeah, like yeah.
I'm
Like I would go to
gathering
we were at a stoplight one time and someone DM'd me after and was like, was that you? Like, no joke. Like, it was crazy.
What?
But all that being said, though, we would never turn down a picture. And I think the cool thing about being in the music scene is that it's the same thing. People want to see you. They want to know you. They want to be, like, connected with you. And there's people who don't, like artists that don't have the time for that. Me, as an artist, if I'm ever like that, that would be a shame. Like, because, like, if you listen to my music, then you are the reason I get to have a living. So why wouldn't I give you my time in a picture and learn your story and whatever? And so as a Yell leader, I think it even prepared me more for that, Obviously, it helped me, like, being in the limelight and being known, like, that's also a very crazy thing too. Like, being known by everyone but not being truly known. Like, that is a thing that is very, very just like, it can be a dark place.
Dang.
Listen to side
Profound.
A, listen to Tired, the song. It's all about that. So,
Profound.
Is there something you wish people knew about you that isn't immediately obvious?
man, yeah, that's a good question.
He's
What?
on fire tonight.
What? I know, he's on fire. You are too, by your rabbit trails.
Golly.
Man, if
So
someone...
I've got those for days.
Man, I just wish someone would know that, like, 5 minutes with me would really just, like spend 5 minutes with me. Like, that's what I would want. Like, even as a Yell leader, people would judge you just off of, like, without even knowing me. And I was like, man, it would always hurt me to my core. Like, spend 5 minutes with me. Mm-hmm. Because I love people. I love everyone, And if I can spend 5 minutes with you, like, I don't always remember names. 5 minutes, I'll remember a name.
There you go.
Like, 5 minutes, I'll remember your name. And even if I don't, I'll remember your story, But that, and then also, random fact, I'm actually an introvert. So
Okay.
that would be something I would want people to know about me too.
There you go.
I'm
Yeah.
an introverted extrovert. I refuel by being alone. So, yeah, those would be the two things.
From all the, you must have met thousands of people like that
Yes,
recognized
and
you.
it honestly, it bothers me
lot
sometimes,
of
but when you
pressure,
can't
too.
know names,
you can't
of
know
people.
all of
Yeah,
them.
no.
You
Dang.
can't, and it's such a, yeah, it's hard.
Of
Yes.
all the kind of mountain of people you've met, what are a couple of the ones that like you're never gonna forget? Like what are the ones that are just like burned into your head?
Dude,
Dude, the people I'll never forget.
12 out of 10 on that question.
Dude,
Thanks,
Golly.
guys.
that
I
is
swear
good.
there are no notes here.
Sobriety.
He's got the haze is gone. The fog is lifted.
Gosh, dude, of all the people I've met, Tony. I don't
Of
know his
Tony,
last
Tony,
name.
Tony?
Tony.
Soprano.
Parking lot, Tony?
No, on campus, Tony. I just met him walking to class one day.
Okay.
I remember Tony for a long time.
There you go.
Who else? Well, I remember.
What kind of stuck out to you about Tony?
Dude, Tony. Well, Tony is this tall.
Okay, so
Okay.
no parking lot,
Yeah.
Tony.
So, but
No,
no, but
that's
like I just was like, dude, I want to meet this guy. Like I'd always see him going to class, and so I met him, and then I remembered his name, Tony, and so then I saw him like and I was like, you're Tony, aren't you? He's like, yeah. I was like, dude, I met you walking to class one day. But that was a cool story, man. Of all the people I've met, man, that is such a good question.
I know, he's on fire.
I'm gonna keep thinking about it, but Tony is one of them.
Well, parking lot Tony is a guy who came into the shop. I'm sure he's graduated now. He came into the shop and then he would get his drink and for some reason, like he would just love to just like stand, not in our like outdoor area. He would just stand in the parking lot and like watch like what was going on, and he would just drink and be like, "Yeah, it's like," and I'm like,
Dude, I want to be that guy.
"Dude, vibes, parking lot Tony."
Okay, last whole thing.
Sorry.
Basically, you get a haircut every week.
This is a river troll.
I met with this guy named Zeus, and coolest guy ever. He used to be a drug addict, and he found the Lord, and just the coolest story. And as a yell leader, you're so busy, like I said, like your time, 300 events. Your days are just, my Google calendars were just so like filled with stuff. But I had 30 minutes of time that I had to get a haircut. And Zeus was the coolest guy ever. We would have the coolest conversation. Some days I would fall asleep in the chair, no joke. While he's cutting my hair, just straight head, fall asleep. But Zeus became like one of my best friends. He's going to be at my wedding. He's going to cut my hair.
Respect.
The week before my wedding.
Yes.
And I got to know his daughter, and crazy story, his wife passed away because of COVID. Super sad.
Wow.
But I was at the funeral, and like Zeus will be someone I'll never forget. Wow. Like Zeus is a lifelong friend. But I met him. I could have never introduced myself to him.
Sure.
He's a guy who cut my hair.
Do you think he would have recognized
you? And now
you?
Zeus arguably knows more about me than my parents do. No joke.
Dang.
Like there's no, like I would consider Zeus like one of my closest friends. He is actually over at you can schedule a haircut with him. I honestly,
maybe I will.
If you need a haircut, he gives a sick fade. It's exclusive fades with Zeus on Instagram, and he's at Mike's Barbershop on University.
Exclusive fades
with Zeus, and he is one of my best friends.
I love it.
So,
rocking, dude.
But okay, we're gonna circle back to Harry's, and then we're gonna play some music.
Dude, Harry. Okay,
what
so
about
here's.
Harry's? And this is your fault, by the way, because you were going down the rabbit holes. You had many opportunities.
I know,
to circle back.
and all I'm saying is, so the idea of Harry's is fascinating to me because, okay, like a bar that everyone like in town goes to, sure, it's not just a bar. Like it's a country music happening.
It is an organization.
See, okay, there like are people that go. Like you said, you went every Thursday night. It's like there are people who go, like have their nights that they go.
If you were in there and you went every night, you knew the people who were the regulars.
Yeah, there's regulars.
What shocks me is that John Fasolino is a regular at Harry's. No, I don't believe that at all.
I'm not sure. Does that surprise you, really?
Kind of.
Sorry, unrelated.
Is he like that country?
He's
okay.
He's from Belton.
Do you have to be country to go to Harry's,
Absolutely
or is it like
no?
Absolutely not.
You become country as soon as you walk in the door.
You do not have to be country, but there are unspokens, and I think if you want, like, there's definitely some unspoken things. Like the table next to the DJ booth, don't go near it. Don't go near the
Why?
table.
I've never been.
That's all the Aggie Wranglers. They all hang out at the table next to the DJ booth.
If you wanted to hang out,
don't
with
ever
him,
ask someone.
Just for our listeners that don't know, what's an Aggie Wrangler?
They are an organization where it's like they're an organization that basically they're all like dancers, like two-steppers. Like they learn these dances that are crazy, like swing and. Anyways, they hang out at this one booth at Harry's.
And they're like A&M.
Yes,
affiliated.
A&M affiliated.
It's
an
team.
organization. It is student organization.
They were at my fish camp. Yeah, one of my counselors was.
Anyways, I would never approach that booth. Because I just wasn't,
Really?
Because I would never ask a girl to dance from there. It'd be like a shame.
See, okay, so that is the thing that really, really astounds me is that in 2022, you still go like in a group of guys.
And you go ask girls to dance.
And you go ask girls to dance like it's the dadgum prom.
I pray that'll still be the same when I have kids because I will make my kids go to a dance hall and learn the art of asking a girl on the dance floor. I think it is such a cool thing because you have it depends on who you are. But to have no other intentions than just wanting to dance and asking a girl on the dance floor, I think it's the coolest. I don't think there's anything cooler.
That's true. Wow. And it's not inherently romantic. Like it's legit. It's for the sake of dancing.
The guts that it takes to go out and ask some random person to dance. One, you have to know how to dance, kind of.
Two, I was getting into that.
You have to be slightly a decent conversationalist, or it's going to be awkward as crap out on the dance floor. I think it's the greatest thing ever.
Also, imagine from the girl's perspective, I'm going out tonight not knowing if I'm going to get asked to dance.
Right. And it's like you have
The
people
anxiety.
that go there and oh,
Good gravy.
but I think it's a great thing. Also, the stage at Harry's, fun fact before we play music, is where you learn how to dance. So if you don't know how to dance, you would go up to the stage, and that's where it's like a teaching place.
Oh, because nothing teaches someone to dance better than hundreds of eyes watching you.
It's not really a stage. They put like tables up there, and it's not like. But when bands come, they break down the tables, break down the rails, and that's the stage.
I saw it as like, oh, you go out, you go to Harry's, whatever. It baffled me when I learned that it's like, no, you go like, and you ask girls to dance, and girls get asked to dance. Like you go in a group of girls, and it was astounding. I'm still like not super comfortable with that.
Let's cut real quick. We're gonna reset you up a little bit.
Yeah.
That was so fun.